Good morning, students. Let us continue with geography lesson number 6, manufacturing industries. Today, in this video, we are going to learn about jute textiles, sugar industry, as well as iron and steel industry. Let's begin. First, we will start with jute textiles. Our country, India, is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods. It stands second in the jute export after Bangladesh. So Bangladesh stands first in the export of jute and our country India stands second in the jute export. Most of the jute mills are located along the Hooghly River in West Bengal. The first jute mill was set up near Kolkata in 1855 at Risra. Students, you need to remember this because most often this question is asked for your objectives. The first jute mill was set up near Kolkata in 1855 at Risra. Now let us talk about the factors that are responsible for the location of jute mills in Hooghly Basin. Okay. First of all, proximity of the jute producing areas reduces the cost of transportation. Isn't it, students? Proximity means nearness. So proximity of the jute producing areas reduces the cost of transportation. Second one, inexpensive water transport. Inexpensive water transport means cheap water transport. And network of railways, roadways, okay, facilitates movement of raw material to the mills. Abundant water supply from nearby rivers for processing raw jute. Students, to process raw jute, we require sufficient water supply, and this is obtained from the nearby rivers. Cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining states, that is Bihar, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh. Kolkata is the larger urban center which provides banking, insurance and port facilities for export of jute goods from river Hooghly. So these all are the factors responsible for the location of the jute mills in Hooghly Basin. I hope it is clear. Now let us talk about the challenges faced by this industry. The challenges faced by the industry include less demand and stiff competition in the international market from synthetic fibers and from other jute growing countries like Bangladesh, Philippines, Thailand, Brazil and Egypt. So what are the challenges faced by this industry? Less demand. Okay. Next is stiff competition in the international market from synthetic fibers and from other jute growing countries like Bangladesh, Philippines, Thailand, Brazil and Egypt. Our country India has to diversify its food products to capture the main markets of jute. Okay, and which are the main markets? USA, UK, Canada, Ghana, Saudi Arabia and Australia. Ghana is a country in West Africa. Okay, so our country has to diversify its food products to capture the main markets of jute. Now let us talk about sugar industry. India stands second in the world in sugar production. Students, do you know who stands first in the sugar production? Yes, you are right. It's Brazil. Okay. Our country India stands first in the production of gur and khandsari. Okay. The sugar industries are located in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Okay, this is important, may be asked for your map plotting. In recent years, there is a tendency for the mills to concentrate in the southern and western states, especially in Maharashtra. Students, do you know what is the reason behind this? This is because the cane, here cane refers to sugar cane. Okay, this is because the sugar cane produced here has the higher sucrose content. More the sucrose content in sugar cane, more the production of sugar. Okay, so one is the higher sucrose content. Okay, and the another thing is cooler climate, which ensures a longer crushing season. I hope it is clear. Now let us talk about the challenges faced by the sugar industry. The seasonal nature of industry. Students, why is it so? Why it is said that the seasonal nature of industry? Let us see. As sugarcane is harvested in a particular season, so sugar mills are only operative for a part of the year, isn't it? Only during the crushing season. Hence, the industry is seasonal in nature. Okay. So one is the seasonal nature of industry, then old and inefficient methods of production, transport delay in reaching sugarcane to factories, and the need to maximize the use of byproducts like bagasse. The raw material is bulky, isn't it? It is quite heavy, which makes the transportation quite difficult. And the sucrose content keeps on decreasing with time. Okay. So, I hope you have understood the challenges faced by the sugar industry. Now, let us talk about mineral-based industries. Students, in the previous video, I had already explained about the mineral-based industries, isn't it? Let us revise once again. Industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials are called mineral-based industries. Mineral-based industries depend on minerals for their raw materials. Okay. So let us talk about iron and steel industry now. It is a basic industry or key industry, as heavy, medium and light industries depend on it for their machinery. It is also considered as heavy industry. Students, do you know what is the reason behind it? We have learned this in our previous video, right? Yes, it is considered as heavy industry because the raw material and finished goods both are heavy and bulky, and it involves heavy transportation cost. It is a public sector industry which is owned by government. Okay. This industry manufactures steel, which is needed in making of engineering goods, construction material, defense, medical, scientific equipments and consumer goods. Okay. India ranked third in the production of crude steel in the world with 95.6 million tons in 2016. China is the world's largest producer as well as consumer of steel. Students, do you know in the year 1950, China and our country India, okay, both the countries produced equal amount of steel. Once again, China is the world's largest producer and consumer of steel, but its production was equal to India in 1950. India is the largest producer of sponge iron. Here you can see the image of sponge iron. Okay, now what is this sponge iron? It is produced from the direct reduction of iron ore in the form of lumps. But its per capita consumption is only 63 kg per annum in 2016 against 208 kg of world average. So its per capita consumption is quite less. Now let us move forward. India has many integrated steel plants. Now what do you mean by integrated steel plants? Integrated steel plants includes the facilities for the processing of raw materials as well as the output of manufacturing. Okay, they are large and handle everything in one complex, from putting together raw material to steel making, rolling and shaping. India also has many units of mini steel plants. Mini means small. Okay, they produce mild and alloy steel. In India, most of the public sector undertakings trade their steel through SAIL, that is Steel Authority of India Limited. I hope it is clear, students. Now let us discuss about the factors which are responsible for location of iron and steel industry at one place. Okay. Close proximity to the areas where raw materials are found to reduce the transportation cost. Second, availability of cheap labor. Next, regular supply of water and power. Next, nearest to the markets where finished products can be sold. Next point, close to seaports for export facilities. So these are the factors responsible for location of iron and steel industry at one place. Okay. Chota Nagpur Plateau region has maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. Students, do you know what's the reason behind this? Let me explain. This region has vast reserves of coal and iron ore. Also, iron ore is cheaply available in this region, thus providing the raw materials for iron and steel industries. I hope it is clear, students. Now let us talk about the processes of manufacture of steel. In order to manufacture steel, iron ore, coking coal and limestone are needed in the ratio of approximately 4:2:1. Some quantities of manganese are also required to harden the steel. Now here in this image you can see the flow chart describing the processes of manufacture of steel. Let us learn in detail. First of all, the raw material is transported to the plant. Okay. Then the iron ore is melted. Limestone is fluxing material which is added. Now why limestone is added? As it is used in the smelting of ores to promote fluidity and to remove impurities in the form of slag. Okay, slag is a waste material. Slag is removed. Coke is burnt to heat the ore. And after that, molten materials poured into molds called pigs. Here, what are pigs? They are the molds. After that, pig iron is further purified by melting and oxidizing the impurities. Manganese, nickel, chromium are added. And after that, rolling, pressing, casting and forging take place. Forging means shaping of a metal. So I hope you all have understood the process of steel making. Now let us talk about the challenges faced by iron and steel industry. India is not able to perform to its full potential in this industry. Students, do you know the reasons? Let's see. Limited availability and high cost of coking coal, poor infrastructure, lower productivity of labor and irregular supply of energy. Okay, so these are the challenges faced by iron and steel industry. Now it's time for quiz. I hope you all are ready for the quiz. First question. Most of India's jute mills are located on the banks of option A, Alaknanda River, option B, Kaveri River, option C, Hooghly River, option D, Yamuna River. Yes, which is the correct answer? Very good. Option C, Hooghly River. Very good. Next question. Most of the integrated steel plants in India are located in option A, Malwa Plateau, option B, Bundelkhand Plateau, option C, Meghalaya Plateau, option D, Chota Nagpur Plateau. Yes, which is the correct answer? Very good. It's option D, Chota Nagpur Plateau. Well done, students. Now let's have a short recap. Okay. Today in this video, we have learnt about jute textiles, sugar industry, as well as iron and steel industry. Hope you all have understood the topics covered today. The remaining topics will be covering in our next video. Okay, don't forget to read your textbook. Till then, bye and take care.